Good day. My name is Andrea Jaffrey, and I'm here to demonstrate the employee self-service solution from Workforce Central. First, let's start off with some of the benefits of the solution. So some of the benefits of employee self-service are pretty obvious, like automation of your processes, really reduce the amount of paper that's exchanging hands, and automating the process from start to finish. So when a request is submitted by an employee through self-service and approved, it updates the system automatically and notifies all involved. It helps to reduce risk. What we mean by that is there's no loss of paper in transit. So when somebody submits a request, there's no paper forms, so they don't get lost. This also allows for audit trails, so that you can go back in time and look at when something was approved and any comments made. It increases accountabilities for everyone involved, including employees. Employees have the responsibility to ensure the requests are completed accurately and submitted in a timely fashion, and in return, they're approved in the same fashion. It also helps to improve the employee experience at work, so it allows them accessibility to their own information, as well as to gain some control over their work-life balance. Now they can view schedules, submit time off requests, and do shift swaps in their own time and when it's convenient to them. This also allows for transparency, not only in your processes, but also in the ability to access their information. So employees can see the same things as managers do. So some of the things you can use in employee self-service are things like alerts and notifications. This means people can receive this information either on their phone or through the system itself. They can enter time off requests for vacation or other reasons, update their availability as to when they can and cannot work. They can request to work any open shifts. Self-scheduling is an option in the future if you decide to move that route. They can do shift swap requests online, allowing them to ask others to trade shifts with them. They can do signing in and out of shifts to allow them to capture their start and end times. They can view their accruals or banks online, as well as their schedules, view and approve their time cards, and even view their work and absence calendars, which allows them to see what they've worked, what time off they've had, and any patterns that might exist. So the same information their managers see. From a Vocantis perspective, which is your auto call-out service, employees will be able to update their contact information through their self-service portal, things like their phone numbers or email addresses, updating their preferences to when they want to be called or not called, and to view shift offer information, how many shifts they're awarded, and things of that nature. And with that, I'm going to flip over into self-service itself, and we're going to log in as an employee. So today we're going to log in as Joan Jackson, an RN on the MedSurg 1 unit. So Joan is logging into the PC version here, and she's going to take a look at things like her schedule, the unit schedule, be able to view her time card, and do some requests, just to give you an idea of what's available. So as you can see here, Joan has signed into the system. She can see any alerts up at the top. There's a schedule change. So she can actually view the schedule change itself. So she can see here on December 17th, her schedule has changed. In the notification that she can receive from an email said she was scheduled 7 to 3, but is now working 7 to 7. So if we go back to the current pay, she can see what's happening this week. So Joan can see she submitted a shift swap request. And from here, she can see the details on her schedule. She asked Chloe to swap with her, but hasn't heard back yet. She can also see open shifts and request to work them if you allow that. She can easily view her schedule and see where she's scheduled to work. Now, if Joan worked on multiple units, she would see each location she's expected to report to. At the bottom, she can view the unit schedule. So she can see what others are working in case she needs to swap. And if she works across multiple units, she'd be able to switch and see the MedSurg 2 unit as well as MedSurg, for example. When Joan wants to request time off, she simply taps on the Request Time Off button. So she clicks it open, and it shows her all the type of requests she has, or the accruals. She can also see the different types of pay codes she can take. So if she wants to do a time off request, she can do a single day or multiple day. And she can go into the future. So if she wants to request a week off in March, by all means, she can go in here and do that, leave it as vacation. If she was doing hours, she would put a start time and the duration. This might be handy when it's time off due to an appointment, for example. She can add here some information to her manager as to why she would like the time off. Now, this helps her manager to decide if everybody requests the same date. Is it seniority that determines it, or is it the reasons people want time off? So she can submit this request, and if she was to go forward in time to March, she'd actually see the request sitting in her calendar. Once they're approved, they would update the schedule, the time card, and her accrual balances, all with that one approval click. Joan has also access to her time card. Again, this is configurable, but Joan can see what's going on with the pay. So she can see each day what she was scheduled over here, and she can see what she was actually working. So when she's using the devices to swipe in and out or using biometrics, she can see that information. She can see when she's scheduled for on-call and when she comes back in, the time she actually works. Let's increase this so you can see the bottom and see the pay codes. She can actually see the totals for each pay code. So she can see how many hours she's getting paid for this pay. She can also see any unapproved time off. So if she has the ability to request overtime, she can say why she worked that overtime, and it can get approved through the system, and it'll pay her the time and a half she should get when she works overtime. So again, she can see the rules being applied and understand what she's getting paid. If there's a problem, she can always contact her manager and have her correct it before the pay end. And depending what you want to implement, she can have access to different areas within the solution itself. So for example, she can do leave requests. If you have leave, she can view links to different custom URL links. For example, if you want to embed the ability to log into other areas right within the solution itself, it can be done. So in this case, she can log in to see what her benefits look like from her self-service portal. Another example might be being able to apply for employee insurance benefits right from this portal as well, if Joan was going on mat leave or taking compassionate care, for example. So these are just some of the features in employee self-service itself. What I'm going to do now is show you the ability to do some of the same things using self-service via mobile. So here you can see the mobile app. We'll just shrink this screen here so you can see this a little more clearly. And we can see the mobile app here. Again, Joan uses her username and password to log in, just like with the PC version. But you'll notice she has a different experience when she's using mobile. So just take a moment for it to load, but what you'll notice is she has the same access, just in different ways. So here she can see her alerts and notifications. So again, she can see when the schedule's posted. She can say what additions and modifications were made right from here. And again, she can see her original shift was 7 to 3, but now she's scheduled 7 to 7. So she can view or delete these alerts or keep them there. She can actually view her time card from here, just like with the PC version, except it looks a little bit different because there's less real estate. So she can still see here her totals. She can see that the time card's not been approved for last pay, and she can see this pay, what's going on. And she can simply tap current pay. And now she can see this pay. So again, you see all the same information we saw, except now you'll notice there is a new little punch there. Joan can also view her schedule. So it defaults to the current week. She can push forward in time, and she can also use, in this case, I'm using an iPhone. All the dots represents the shifts that she's scheduled for this month and next month, and she can go forward in time if desired. On this device as well, she can also view her accrual banks if that's something you would like for her to do. She can also easily do her time off requests. And depending what you allow them to do, they can do time off requests. They can view ones that are already out there waiting to be approved. They can do a request to cover if you desire. That allows somebody to do a shift giveaway. They can update their availability. So for example, here, if she wants to make her availability on Friday as available, she can simply tap on that, review it, and submit it. You'll notice it's been submitted successfully. So it's very easy for employees to use and do the request that way. So that is essentially a quick overview of employee self-service and how it can help your employees. If there's any questions, please feel free to reach out and contact with your project team. Thanks again for your time, and have a great day.